It's crazy being in here. So look what just came in the mail, everybody. Oh wow, they even gave us plumber's tape. That's good. So this is it. This is just one little thing. It'll fit on your toilet, probably. This is all it is. You see what the switch does. Got some hardware here as well. Hose, like I said, some plumber's tape, and this little adapter and a gasket. And we're gonna go ahead and install this onto my toilet. Yo, check it out. We got the Pillsbury Doughboy in the house. Yeah, we also got this pot here. Yeah. If you're not on TikTok, and I'm not on TikTok, so we're in the same boat, you may not know, but Costco currently has an item that's gone viral. The viral TikTok Costco blueberry croissants. People will come in and they'll stop me from what I'm doing, and they'll be like, hey, do you have the viral, and I'm like, no, we're sold out. I'm sorry. Because we're sold out of the viral blueberry croissants all the time. It's interesting how many people of different shapes, sizes, ages, colors come in and ask for the viral something or other. I don't know what it's called. It's called the viral. I saw, do you know the thing from Facebook? Like, bro, it's Costco. We sell like 15 items. You don't know what you're looking for? You just know that it's viral? I never liked this in my time where I was on TikTok. Anytime you'd see something like, and it would just be like, the viral pants. And it's like an affiliate link trying to sell you the pants, like on the same video. This is just an ad. Hearing that, after deleting TikTok and being, thank God, that's gone. Hearing that from like other people. Have you ever just been in a conversation with like your coworker from work, and they're like maybe a little bit older than you, they love TikTok, and they're like, dude, have you heard about this thing? It's going viral. And it's like viral granola hack. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I can't believe that's going viral. Gangnam Style is viral, not no Costco blueberry croissant. That's what annoys me, is people come in and they ask for the viral, the thing they saw on Facebook. You're really motivated by an advertisement, but it's not even just, I see an ad for this. It's like, oh, somebody told me this was viral. It's like they don't feel like they watch an ad. They just are compelled to purchase something. It kind of blows my mind. I don't like to think of people as NPCs. Like, that's not something I subscribe to. You see how easily people are manipulated by social media? It's kind of appalling, I would say. Just, I don't know, man. You just heard about something that's going viral. You don't even know if it's going viral or not. Gangnam Style went viral. Nobody ever goes into Costco asking for Gangnam Style. I need to buy it. I need to buy it. I need to buy it. What if you made it yourself? That's what I'm doing this video. I'm making the viral blueberry croissant myself. I'm also going to be talking about Game of Thrones. There'll be Game of Thrones spoilers at some point in this video, so get ready for that. The guy, he came in, he didn't say viral at first. He said, do you have the blueberry croissants? And I was like, no, I'm sorry, they're sold out. And the guy said, yeah, I heard they went a little viral. Not everything has gone viral. I don't know. Today we're going to be making the viral. I'm really kind of just making this recipe up as I go. These blueberries, Pillsbury puff pastry dough sheets from the restaurant supply company. I got some cream cheese. This one's almost empty. I'm also going to use a splash of maple syrup. Why do you have like a thing for tearing? This doesn't tear open. No, not even. A little bit of butter here. I don't see any reason why not to add some butter. I'm going to turn the heat down now because I don't want to be sauteing these. A little bit of maple syrup. I think the Costco original leaves much to be desired in terms of flavor. I don't think there's nearly enough cheese. I don't think there's nearly enough blueberries. I think it's far too sweet. We're going to rectify those things. I can certainly not promise that it's going to be like the one from Costco. Pillsbury Doughboy Puff Pastry unboxing. I got the bigger sheets so I could cut them down to size. There were some that were like already cut to 5x5, but I felt like those would be not very good. Yeah, so I want that to thaw out a little bit and proof a little bit, and I'm probably going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. That just seems like the appropriate temperature. What I'm going to do for this is I'm going to mix a little bit of this into some cream cheese, and so we're going to have a blueberry cream cheese. Plain cream cheese in the core of it, and then the blueberry cream cheese on the top of that. I don't even know. I don't even know. So I actually just finished Game of Thrones. I want to talk about that today. Firstly, before I get into anything, I have to say that there's going to be spoilers. Secondly, my qualifications as a Game of Thrones fan, I've read all the books that are out at this point, and I am anxiously awaiting The Winds of Winter, which is the next book to come out. Hopefully it comes out at some point. I had never watched the show. I recently spent maybe like 2 months binging the whole thing, and I really liked it, even all the way up to the end. I know the end gets a lot of hate, and I've got some criticism for it that I'd like to share, but my issues with the show stem from, honestly, I think just how the events are portrayed, and I've got an example of that. So again, spoiler alert, right before the Battle of the Bastards in season 6 or 7, when Ramsay Bolton is firing arrows at Rickon Stark, and Rickon is running to Jon Snow, across the battlefield right before the Battle of the Bastards. Y'all were there. Rickon is unable to dodge 5 arrows. He runs in a straight line and is hit by a 5th arrow at the end of all that. That's kind of bullshit to me, because I know if I was there, I would just look back, see the arrow coming, and dodge it. I mean, I'm not saying it's that easy, but he was like 50 yards away at least by the time that last arrow came. So it's like, it's 1 arrow, dodge it, bro. But obviously in the book where that would be written out, it might just have a little bit more information to ground it. It would be a little bit less like dramatic and screen focused, and it would make more sense. But when you watch it in the show, and since there's no book to compare it to yet, it's like, why didn't he just dodge the fucking arrow? I'm sorry, but like, just look back and dodge the arrow. And that's how I feel like most of my issues are with the last season and a half. Like, I think the plot points are actually nice, but if I was in the character's shoes, I would have just made the correct choice. And then the characters are making the incorrect choice, and then sometimes being punished for it, and sometimes getting off scot-free for making the wrong choice. And that's kind of like what's just annoying, because like they made the wrong choice, but they didn't die. But then other people made the right choices and then did die. And my biggest thing, I think the main problem people are gonna have with the ending, and this is the major spoiler of the whole show. So at the end, Daenerys sacks King's Landing. Why did she sack King's Landing? It's really not explained in the show at all, which is kind of a problem, just because of the fact that the whole show is about Daenerys trying to take the throne in King's Landing, and then she just sacks the city before she takes the throne. Now, I can see 3 reasons for her trying to sack King's Landing in the way that she did, and I'm going to go over those real quick. The first is, well, they killed Missandei right at the end. Yeah, they did kill Missandei, but the people who killed Missandei are in the Red Keep, okay? She looks up at the Red Keep, where Cersei Lannister is, and where Gregor Clegane is, the 2 people who killed Missandei, and then Daenerys looks down at the peasants and decides to burn the peasants for no reason. So that doesn't really relate to her getting revenge specifically for Missandei. I mean, yeah, if she's just like wants revenge on like Westeros for taking Missandei from her, sure. But she knows that Cersei is not Westeros. I mean, she wants the throne of Westeros. It just doesn't make sense solely to take revenge for them killing Missandei. So what else? Well, the Lannisters sacked King's Landing in the first war, the war where they deposed the Targaryens and established Robert Baratheon as the king. The Lannisters sacked King's Landing after they surrendered. So it's clearly meant to mirror those events, which I do feel like it would be well done, except the problem is they only mention those events like 1 time in the first season. They mention it a lot more in the books, and I now see that was foreshadowing for the ending that he had planned, which was she was going to sack King's Landing. But in the show, it just happens. They don't even mention that the Lannisters did it 20 years ago. They don't mention anything that would lead her to do that. Nobody like brings up the information that made her do it. It's kind of ridiculous, because the season is only 6 episodes long. They should have made it at least 8 to 12 episodes. And then they could have been done with it. I know the writers wanted to be done with it so they could make like Boba Fett or whatever, but come on, make it slightly longer. And yeah, so that's what I'm saying, is like the sacking of King's Landing doesn't really make sense as revenge for the sacking of King's Landing, because it just wasn't brought up in the show at all, really. I only know it because I read the books, and it makes sense from that perspective, but they don't mention it in the show. So it doesn't really view like that's why she's sacking King's Landing. And then the last thing, there's a line towards the end before she sacks King's Landing where she says to John, like, well, the people here don't love me. I have to rule with fear. And then John's like, I love you. And then they're kissing, and then John pulls away, and it's like, it's awkward for him because she's his aunt. Which, by the way, feels completely random to me. And also, I feel like John should have just married her and been done with it. I know he thinks it's weird, but it's like not that crazy. I'm sorry. Marry your aunt, dude, and avoid the war. They already had sex multiple times, so it's not like I'm asking him to, I'm not asking him to do anything bad. Just marry your aunt. It's fine. You already had sex with her. You don't even have to have sex with her. Just tell her you love her, and like there'll be no problem. But John pulls away, and she's like, you don't love me. That's what she draws from that. Yeah, I'm not loved here. I will have to rule by fear. And so that's why she does it. And that's, I think, the most direct reason in the show as to why she does it. But it's also definitely the least compelling reason of the three that I made. Like, one of them is revenge for a specific event, one of them is revenge for a historical event, and then one of them is like John doesn't want to fuck her. So it's like the justification given in the show is like, bitches be crazy. That kind of annoys me because it just feels like, it feels tone deaf, and it feels like I was robbed of it. Well, anyway, those are your spoilers for Game of Thrones. Back to me cooking this blueberry croissant thing. I do think I want to allow that to reduce for a little while. The pastry dough is now soft enough to slice, so that's what I'll do. I think it's almost ready. I need to do some things for getting it ready. This cream cheese is nice and soft. A big spoon of this in the middle. More than that, yeah, I'm gonna just spill the whole thing. So this is kind of like crab rangoon, but it's blueberry instead of crab. Sounds good to me. I don't want you to burn. I do not want you to burn. I hope the shot is good. It would be a shame if, like, it was just a video of my crotch the whole time. We're just doing some mixing and some folding and some... The goal here of the cream cheese is more so to thicken up the blueberry syrup than anything. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Let me try that. This is gonna be good. I'm sorry, this is gonna be good. Now we're gonna close it up. Oh wow, I made this way too big. I think I'm gonna cut off the excess. Yeah, that's a proper little thing. So I'm gonna cut off like this much butter, put that much on top, and that much right there. And then I'm gonna fold this so that the butter doesn't have very far to go when it escapes. Now the ones from Costco, they get a topping, but I find the topping meaningless. If you can't tell, I really like the blueberries and the cheese and the puff pastry dough. And that's why I'm making it with those things and not the other shit that goes on it. Alright, this is going to be a darker blueberry solution. That's okay. This one I'm not going to cut off any excess. I'm going to just fold it all in to a point. Okay, let me get my hands clean. Okay. For these, they need to finish proofing in their final shape before they can go in the oven. And what I'm going to do here is like make a little blueberry roll up, I guess. No. I'm trying not to spill. I'm trying to get this all in one little rolly. Uh-oh. At least it's not the star of the show. So we got 2 of the Costco blueberry cream cheese croissants viral. They're viral. Don't forget that they're viral. And we've also got a Pop-Tart and a ball of blueberry goo. These bits, we'll just bake them. I don't care.
We'll just bake them. All right, 45 minutes. These will be ready to go in the oven. Oof. Okay, so we're looking kind of blonde. This one that I didn't cut away much excess is very kind of thick on the top, but I'm hoping that's a good deal. These smaller ones feel like a much better texture. I'm gonna let these ones just bake a little bit longer. I don't think they're gonna overcook, and they do feel kind of weak in the center, like the center of the actual pastry dough needs cooking. I don't know, they're kind of huge. I made like more like big ass dumplings.
Hey everybody, I want to first of all apologize for the eclectic nature of this video. It's kind of like random and all over the place, and the reason for that is I had a couple ideas for a couple different videos, but none of them were really long or substantial enough for a video that I felt like was worth uploading. You know, I wanted to give a little bit more substance than what each video would have been on its own. So the idea I had was to explain, first of all, how to install a bidet and why to get one. Well, the installation process is really easy. Basically, there's a water inlet that goes into your toilet, and you just put the little adapter on there and plug in the hose, and it's just so simple. All you have to do is read the instructions. You might want an adjustable wrench. Other than that, it's like, it took me about 30 minutes, I think, to get this thing installed, and I could have gone faster if I was locked in. So why should you get a bidet? I'm gonna divide the global population into two camps. So the first camp, you're in this group if you have ever experienced a shit that simply would not be cleaned with dry toilet paper. The paper comes away clean, but throughout the day, you can notice persistent discomfort. That discomfort could be like wetness, itchiness, phantom wedgie, or even pain. You may not be aware that these are symptoms of an unwashed asshole. They may just feel like normal. They may even be like gender affirming, which feels good for you in like a weird way. So to that group of people, I just want to say the level of elevation that will be brought to your life if you purchase and install a bidet onto your toilet is indescribable. I mean, you will notice a night and day difference in your overall comfort throughout the day and enjoyment of just your life in general. So the second group of people are the kinds of people who, I guess, have clean shits. The kind of people who don't really think they need a bidet because their butt is clean, usually. So good for you. I'm still going to maintain that you ought to purchase and install a bidet onto your toilet because it's super easy and because it's going to improve the lives of everybody around you. It's also a great conversation piece. People are like, what's that thing on your toilet? It's a bidet. You should use it. It'll make you happier. I'm serious. If you're somebody who hasn't experienced any of that discomfort I explained, still, it is worth getting a bidet. That shit will change your life. I mean it. If you're still on the fence about whether or not you should get a bidet, I'm going to assume that you are a man. And if I'm right about that, then you owe me a little bit more consideration. It's not gay to have a little bit of water spray your ass. That worry goes away after the first time. You realize, well, there's nothing really to it. It's not uncomfortable to have a little bit of water spray your ass. The novelty wears off after like 5 shits, and then it's just a normal thing that you do, like wiping your ass. It's a normal thing. The toilet paper does not disintegrate from the wetness. That's just your imagination trying to convince you that it would be a bad idea to grow as a person. Thank you for your attention on this issue. Please like and subscribe and get a dang bidet.
We're pulling them now. There's one. Here's 2. So these guys were in the oven for maybe an hour and a half total. It was a long ass time. I know I said I was only going to give them 15 more minutes, but I gave them a lot more time than that. They're starting to get some good color on them. I was thinking a little bit of a smash would do them well. Yeah, I mean, overall I'm happy with the solidity of it. The fact that it's like just a solid brick of, you know, cream cheese and blueberries. Should taste good. I can't tell you guys how good this thing smells. My biggest complaint is the actual puff pastry dough that I bought. It feels kind of low quality compared to what Costco uses. The filling's good. I think the dough could have used some more proofing, is maybe what I learned. Proof the dough more before I even started folding it. I should have proofed it way more. I should have let it get properly puffy. Not enough blueberries. I should have fully loaded this thing. I should have made it like giant, full of blueberries. But it's good. Like, I do like the flavor overall. Well, thanks for watching the video. I'm gonna finish this thing. See you later.